G'day and welcome to another edition of the Aussie Ideas Man. It's been ages since I made a video about Aptera, and good videos to pick on are few and far between at the moment. Lots of rubbish, that's all. I've even seen one that was the Aptera rickshaw. How bad is that? Anyhow, I'm not doing a complete evaluation of a video. I'm just going to pick out probably half of this video to highlight what a strange person Rich Rodriguez is. My comments will just highlight the weird bits. This is just a bit of fun. I hope you like it. Here goes. First, I'm going to put what few comments I made side by side. On the left are the comments that I made, and on the right is another login. And this is just to show you that when you log in, you won't see my comments. Rich Rodriguez has me blocked, which proves he's just another cretin, like most of them are. This is something I don't like about anyone, and I don't like it about him. He deceives people by blocking people. Anyway, you can read my comments on the left and see where they should have been on the right. And I'll highlight the dates, the minutes ago, which proves that I haven't tampered with anything at all. It proves that I am blocked. Now my comments are here so that you can actually read them. The other login isn't blocking the back half of the comments.
Ode to Aptera, the most efficient vehicle on the planet.
I'll spare you the song.
Hello, my name is Rich Rodriguez, and welcome to my Aptera journey. This channel is about a future all-wheel drive Aptera on a twisting, curving mountain road. In the rush of adrenaline with under 6-second acceleration time. And the pleasure of charging your car from the sun. And on some models, the confidence of up to 1,000 miles of range. But we don't have an Aptera yet, and some specifications have changed to get Aptera to market quicker.
That's a load of rubbish. Specifications have changed so that Aptera gets to market much slower. If they don't go ahead with the 2-speed gearbox, they will get to market quicker, but they have decided to put in a 2-speed gearbox. That can only slow things down. And it's the same with all of their changes. When they went with carbon fibre in Italy, it slowed things down. Their excuse was that they wanted to be faster, but we can see that it has slowed things down. So much re-engineering, adding frames and roll bars, redoing the suspension, all this adding time to something that they already had down pat. It's all been a slowdown, not a speed up to market. But in either case, them not buying plant and equipment is slowing down production. You can't produce without plant and equipment or inventory. The reality is they're going very slow, so whatever they're doing is not with any intent to speed up to production.
Despite that, there are some things I would like to share with you today. First, though, a little bit about me. I'm a trained electrical engineer, and so I understand how EVs work. I'm an EV owner with over 150,000 miles of experience, so I get range in charging. I have an MBA in finance, and I've been mentored by an investment banker. And in my day job, I read and analyze financial statements every day. So what attracts me to the Aptera? The awesome styling? Yes. Is it the 0 to 60 acceleration time? Yes. Is it the solar charging? Well, yes, though I live in the rainy Northwest. Or is it Aptera's amazing efficiency? For me, it's all about efficiency because with Aptera's efficiency, all these other things are possible. And for all these reasons, I'm an investor in Aptera, an ambassador, and a reservation holder. Today, we're going to touch on the following 6 topics.
You don't need to put your fingers up if you're only going to make 6 points. We're not preschoolers.
Financial market update. Current Aptera crowdfunding offer. Slate adoption of automotive-inspired design by Aptera. Aptera road trips. We have a giveaway.
Putting the hand up in a stop sign when you've been counting with your palm towards your chest makes people think it's not point number 5. But it is point number 5. Just a heads up.
And Aptera's time to take a market reality check. So let's get right to it.
I ran a few shushes the last time I did an evaluation of this strange person, and so I've done it again just for fun.
Part 1, Financial Market Update. Financial markets matter because they determine, in part, when Aptera will do their IPO.
It doesn't matter enough for me, so I really skipped over most of this. But have a look at that diagram up there. The IPO process. How silly is it? What can you get from it?
When you look around your home, you will find so many things that are made in China. Part 2, Current Aptera crowdfunding offer. On April the 10th, Aptera filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, stating they were offering new perks for investing. This is, as Steve at Aptera Owners Club said, one of the most attractive perks offered yet.
Now, I think everybody that's been given offers that are nowhere near as attractive should be really peeved. I think the best offers should come to the earliest customers, and it's unethical to do it this way around. This is just a cash grab. This is desperation, and they don't care about their customers. They care about grabbing money.
Here's the offer. And I'm breaking it down into 2 parts because really there are 2 components to the offer. Number 1, vehicle discount. Investors who invest $1,000 or more will receive a vehicle discount coupon equal in value to their investment, up to a maximum of $10,000. 2, priority delivery wait list. Investors who invest $5,000 or more will be placed on a priority delivery wait list, beginning after delivery of the vehicles under Aptera's Accelerator Vehicle Program. This offer is limited to the first 1,000 vehicles, so you can get your Aptera earlier.
I'll just make a few comments about why I think this is very unethical to offer this at this stage. And the first thing is, there is no price on Aptera. So what is likely to happen is that they will amortize the number of cash giveaways they do to these 1,000 people into the costs of the cars, or the silly trikes, they're not a car, and will set the price so that everybody pays for the cashbacks, which means they're hitting their earlier loyal fanboys much harder, and I believe this is what they will do. There is no way they can have an investment for $10,000, take $10,000 off what should be the price without amortizing that giveaway in amongst the other 50,000 people already ordering one. And it won't be amortized over the 50,000 because thousands of those will have backed out. They will amortize it over the few people that will still be mad enough to pay anything for this silly trike. I don't think a financial advisor should even pretend that this offer is good because he should know that there isn't a price and that there should be a price for this thing to work honestly. There's a big element of dishonesty open to execution, and there is no basis for trust given all that has happened in the last 6 years and the previous version of Aptera. No basis for trust.
As I write this, there were 524 priority delivery slots left. That's nearly half of the priority delivery waitlist already sold out. That's amazing.
I'll have to check the Cretin's list of dates where priority spots were being sold, and we'll get an idea of how amazing it really is.
This really fabulous investment opportunity. P.S. Aptera, for your next investment banking-led fundraising round, consider putting together a team of bankers with a lead underwriter and co-underwriters. Investment bankers love to compete.
This is nonsense. It's ludicrous. As a financial advisor, he should know that if the first scheme had a goal of $60 million and didn't even make $1 million, that there is a problem far greater than what can be solved by having 3 or 4 or even more underwriters. They would have to be super competitive to overcome that $59 million shortfall. It's an absurd solution to a problem that really isn't the fault of the investment banker. There are more telling reasons why it was $59 million shy of the goal.
Part 3. Slate adoption of an Aptera-inspired design. Many of you have heard about the new pickup truck Slate, and there's a link down below. Several of the production innovations of Jeff Bezos-backed Slate truck have seemingly been taken directly from Aptera Motors. First, Aptera's production innovation of using composite materials for body parts instead of metal. Slate is doing this, and they promoted this as being damage resistant, being able to stand up to dings. Yes, Aptera recently came up with this first.
Now, this is a load of nonsense. There have been videos where those snake oil salesmen, including Jason Hill, have said that Corvettes years ago were made of composite. So Aptera didn't think of it first. And I can guarantee you there are many more cars besides Corvettes, even before Corvettes did it, that have composite bodies. This is a false claim. Aptera did it first. Absolute nonsense. And shows that this guy, with all his electrical engineering qualifications and MBA in finance, knows jack all about cars. Absolutely nothing. What he's saying here is a lie.
Second, Aptera's production innovation of wrapping the vehicle instead of painting. Slate promoted this as being lower cost because there's no need to build a $1 billion paint shop in their factory. And you can wrap the Slate to your personal tastes. And yes, Aptera Motors also came up with this innovation first.
Do you really think they were first? Like the composite body, wrapping has been done beforehand. Aptera didn't think of it first, and he has no basis in fact to think that the Slate company had taken this idea from Aptera Motors. None whatsoever. But I have extracted a bit of what is said a little later in this same video to highlight the hypocrisy.
So the takeaway here? Aptera is a real innovator that others are emulating. The XL1 was carbon fiber, gull wing, aero-designed vehicle with 2 seats. Sound familiar?
So take note of what he says now about Aptera. The XL1 started in 2002, even before the first iteration of Aptera. And here's the hypocrisy.
Aptera has these same characteristics.
So doesn't that make Aptera a copier as well? They certainly are. 3 wheels have been done decades before Aptera. Gull wing doors have been done long before Volkswagen did it on their XL1. 2 seats. I think the original Benz car was only a 2-seater. In either case, you would be going back nearly that far to find 2-seaters. In what I have seen over my nearly 4 years of following Aptera, I have noticed a lot of copying done, even to the point that they copied the Morelli design in the mid-70s, or from the mid-70s. They copied the overall shape of the vehicle, and it was only until somebody brought this to the attention of potential customers that Aptera Motors first admitted that that was the design they had followed. They had kept it quiet. They didn't want people to know, but fessed up once the cat was out of the bag.
A sure sign of progress in innovation. A great indicator of a future successful and profitable company. Part 4. Aptera Road Trips. In the April Aptera update, linked below, Aptera announced plans for some road trips with Artemis, the pre-production model shown at CES.
Artemis was not the pre-production model shown at CES. It was called Apollo. The other one was Hermes, the one that they gave test rides in, and pretended that the solar was working far better than it really was. So there, it was Apollo and Hermes. Artemis had not even begun to be built. So this guy just does not know what he's talking about.
Post your comments below. Part 5. Giveaway time. People love giveaways, and I have a giveaway. And it's very simple. For every 10th Aptera referral I receive, I randomly give away a small prize to someone who leaves a comment in my videos.
Now this is silly of him because nobody in their right mind is going to place an order on something that is likely to be more than $40,000, but that's an unknown figure. They're placing an order on something that doesn't have a price that should be well upwards of $40,000, all for the chance, I think 1 in 10, of getting a little trinket. How can he think that that's a worthwhile pursuit?
So if you have not made an Aptera reservation, see the QR code on your screen. Then consider making your reservation and using my referral code. And make comments to these videos. Who knows? You may be the next lucky winner. I've already sent off one small giveaway. Maybe you'll be next. Now, back to the regular programming.
He has not gone off the regular programming. Point 5 was the gift. The silly little trinket of a gift was point 5, so it's part of the regular programming. He has not strayed, yet somehow he thinks he's going back to some sort of regular programming. He's a weird person. I put it down to being just a bit socially inept, and like most, a bit of a scatterbrain.
Part 6. Aptera's time to market. Reality check.
Now, if we're going to do a reality check, we need to look at all the real factors involved. Things like the SEC investigation and the Aptera lawsuit and the failure to raise anywhere near the amount of money needed to get going. They barely have enough money to scrap together their next prototypes, but these realities are ignored.
So many of you, maybe all of us, are anxious to receive our Aptera cars. I know I am. The fact is, it takes a genuine good amount of time to bring a quality car to market. This is especially true when you are advancing technology. The best analogy I can think of is Volkswagen's XL1. The XL1 was Volkswagen's initiative to build a vehicle that could go 100 kilometers on 1 liter of fuel, around 260 miles per gallon, which they achieved. The XL1 was carbon fiber, gull wing, aero-designed vehicle with 2 seats. Sound familiar? Aptera has these same characteristics. It took Volkswagen roughly 10 years to design and manufacture the XL1. Here's a breakdown. In 2002, Volkswagen's chairman pushed the project into motion, and a rudimentary prototype known as the 1L, 1 liter, was up and running. In 2009, an updated version of the concept named L1 was presented at the Frankfurt Motor Show. In 2011, The XL1 model, the most advanced iteration of the 1-liter car, debuted at the Qatar Motor Show. In 2013, production of the XL1 began. Therefore, from the initial 1-liter prototype in 2002 to the start of XL1 production in 2013, the project spanned approximately 11 years.
Let's look at this realistically. If they took 11 years, Aptera has taken 19 years thus far and still hasn't produced. At least they produced. And while they were producing, or while they were developing, they were making millions of cars that they could sell to customers. And while they were developing, they never took money from investors in the XL1. At least I don't think so. I think they just paid for it out of their R&D budget. Let me know if I'm wrong. So there's a massive difference. I've told people the whole time that I've been discussing the merits of Aptera for the last 4 years, I've told people not to compare. People compare with Tesla. People compare with Lucid. People are comparing with Tilo trucks now and Slate and a few others. Fisco is one of them that comes to mind. All these comparisons, they are not worth comparing. But if you're going to make a comparison, bring in all the facts. Volkswagen's position and Aptera's position are chalk and cheese. They can't be compared. Volkswagen had a big R&D budget and did not go cap in hand to anybody to finance this XL1 project. And having done it in 11 years, they've done it 8 years faster than Aptera has already, and it may be longer and longer. Aptera may never produce, but it certainly doesn't look like they can produce before New Year's Day 2027 at the current rate they're going. That's the reality check. Suck it up.
So I'm not too concerned that it has been only 6 years since Aptera has kicked off. And VW invested a staggering 1 billion euros, roughly $1.1 billion, into the XL1. VW sold these XL1s for a cool 110,000 euros each, about 124,000. So the asking price of our Aptera that offers even greater performance, around 340 miles per gallon equivalent, at only $40,000 is an awesome deal. My takeaway for those waiting some 5 years for their Aptera: be patient. Volkswagen, that spent $1.1 billion investing into their XL1, took 11 years to get into production. Aptera is miles ahead in performance and cost efficiency in getting to market. Good things come to those who have patience. Well, that's all I have for today's show. I look forward to sharing more time with you again soon and reading your comments. Until then, stay well, do good work, and charge on.
Well, that's all from me. If this guy has you fooled, I pity you. You need to wake up to the realities of the world. Open your eyes to where this company is headed. Take in all the facts. Deal in facts. Don't deal in all these wishy-washy claims that have no evidence that they're anywhere near correct. That's all from me. Bye for now. Stay safe.